All right. When I think of the word home, I think of a building. A normal sized building where you can fit about 5 people. And home doesn't necessarily mean building. So today I'm going to go over the different interpretations you could have with the word home. And here I have the quote, "Home is where you hang your hat." So I'll be going over 3 things that come to mind. That home can mean family, and I'll also be talking about the different places that can be considered a home, and how home can also mean your friends. So first, I'll be talking about how your home can mean your family. So we all have family, not necessarily blood relatives, but there are people that are very close to you, and when you have those people close to you, that can be considered your home. So when you think of your home, you think my family, and my family is very close to me. I have a mother, father, brother, sister, and whenever I'm away from them too long, I feel, I start missing them, and I want to go back, not necessarily to that house that we live in, but to them. My next point, I'll be talking about the different places that can be considered your home. It doesn't have to be a normal building. It could be a shack or a hut, just anywhere you spend most of your time at, anywhere you sleep in. And for my third point, I'll be talking about how friends can also mean home. Some of us may not be close with our family, so we could consider our friends our own family. I have a friend who ran away from home once, and he never went back. So he decided to, move in with his friends very early on. And for him, his friends were, very special to him. He didn't have, a close relation with his family. His friends were that replacement. And so in conclusion, I talked about how family can mean home, the different places where you can consider, the different locations you consider a home, and how, friends can also be considered a home too. All right, thank you.
All right. I liked in the speech the first example that you had, the kind of way that you're going to treat this concept of home and the thesis that you've got. I think that's a good idea, and I thought you had a good preview about where you were going to go. And like I said, on the first point, I think you did a pretty good job coming up with an example. The second point just zips by and there's not really any content on it at all. The third point, I thought you did a little bit better job also coming back with something to say. So the structural stuff, I think you're in good shape on. You seem to know what you're doing there, and you're doing the right kinds of things. The content needs a little bit more consistency, but again, I think there wasn't anything that was hugely problematic there, just that's the one thing that was noticeable about it. Presentation things, there are a couple of things that you want to be watching for. I think you need a little bit more inflection and variety in your voice. Your energy level just feels a little low. Part of it is the pacing. Maybe it's the time of the day, and maybe you're just one of those people that doesn't use a huge variety in your voice. But when you're speaking, sometimes, I don't want to say you want to become an actor, but you want to become kind of the best version of yourself that you can be. And I think you could have a cup of coffee, get a little energy in there, and be up a bit. I think you're trying to think so deliberately about what you're saying that it comes across like you are, not really energized by the topic and not enthusiastic about the topic, and you're going through the motions, and you don't want to give people that impression. So that I thought was a little bit of a problem. I thought your eye contact, you have a tendency to kind of look down when you're making transitions between ideas, and you may want to control that a little bit more. It wasn't terribly distracting, but it was noticeable. I thought at the beginning that you were using the angle of your body effectively to try and talk to one section of the audience and then move a little bit to another section of the audience. But as the speech went on, there was less and less of that and more kind of nervous foot movement. So that might be, as you were talking about the stuff that you were well prepared on, you felt in control. And then as you got later on in the presentation, maybe it was just a little bit, that maybe the anxiety is coming out in the feet there. Let's see. I think you needed a little bit more summary, but because things were pretty well structured at the beginning of the speech, you had less problem with that as a result. All right, thank you.